Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark our champions! Good on Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Good evening from chilly Randall's Island tonight as we approach the winter break. Still some very important games to be played in this Cosmopolitan First Division, where we will feature last year's champions Polonia, who will take on Manhattan Celtic. A couple of games left before the winter break in this Cosmopolitan Division 1 season. Let's begin with Polonia, who begin the day in 9th place, but coming off a crucial 2-1 win last time out against CPR2. A team, as we saw last year, that doesn't concede many goals, as we've seen some results haven't necessarily gone their way this year, but they've played many one-goal games, actually, interestingly enough. So a win here is very important for them, as the places are still very close, neck and neck, and a win would bump them into 5th place and or 6th, depending on results today and tomorrow. Manhattan Celtic, on the other hand, start the day below their opponents and find themselves one place below, and a result here today would inch up their positioning in the standings. Some key games left to finish the season strong and possibly reconvene in March with a tweaked and or bolstered roster, as we've seen in springtime. Of course, some new faces can be added to the rosters, but of course the job is still to be done here today at Randall's Island. Polonia will wear their classic red shirt, their red kit with red shorts and white socks, and Manhattan Celtic, I believe that is a new kit that they're sporting, a very nice green and white hoops with the white shorts and the white socks. We have a starting 11 for Manhattan Celtic. They're going to line up in their presentable and usual 3-5-2 that we've seen work in previous streams here on Game and Frame. A win last time that I was covering them against Liberia. Very strong system. And I'll begin with Kui in the net, Rivera, Barrett, Torres, back three, Stefan and Bop wingbacks, and Panama and Piazza in double pivot. At the 10, Camiades and Flores and Albert leading the line, as the two sides will enter the pitch here today at field 75. A chilly day here on Randall's Island, but which team can just spice up the proceedings and begin the match in the best possible match fashion, as we have a birthday shout out for the Polonia Persuasion goalkeeper Dutton Neves, a gentleman in the blue kit, the number 1 for Polonia. His father Chuck actually is celebrating his 60th birthday today. We want to wish him a happy birthday and all the best wishes for him, and hopefully for the Polonia Persuasion, a win for his son Dutton Neves, who's trotting back to his goal now for Polonia. So happy birthday, Chuck, as the two sides will huddle for one last team talk. It's seemingly going to be Polonia attacking from right to left and vice versa, Manhattan Celtic attacking from left to right in this first half. Let's just see how Polonia will also line up. A Merchant Kugler in the 11 as well. Goldman, who I believe will lead the line. Let's just see the positioning of Lorient, who previously in a stream that I covered played at left full back against Sanzak, I believe that was. I believe he's lining up in his more natural position in the center of midfield, but a very versatile player. Played a very good left wing back last time out against Sanzak that I saw him live. For this game, he'll probably line up in the 6. Some last bits of check from our referee in the middle as we're underway here at Randall's Island. First foray forward for Polonia. Nowojewski at left full back for Polonia. A little different back four I'm noticing than previous times. No Bielin, I believe, in the starting 11. For Glowala, who's deputizing at centre back, will win the first ball. So it's Glowala and Prusko who will begin as the centre back partnership. Prusko, actually an ex teammate of mine way back in high school, Francis Lewis Patriot. I believe back then he played a multitude of positions as this ball is dangerously slotted into the area, and Kui will come out to collect it. Prusko will line up at centre back. Here he is winning the first ball. With Pepper at right full back, Prusko, Glowala centre back, and Nowojewski at left full back. Back with Captain Barrett for Manhattan Celtic. Low ball towards the other centre forward, Flores and Albert centre forward partnership. Kugler stood up by Barrett, forcing him to swivel a bit. Captain will just about keep it in play and locate a teammate. And they can try the left-hand side. Spencer Rivera, another ex-Francis Lewis Patriot, in the 11 today, however, for Manhattan Celtic. Ball into the space of Glowala last. So Goldman will lead the line for Polonia. Also no Ali Kamara, I believe, in the matchday squad today. A versatile winger that we've seen in previous streams for Polonia, but certainly still have a lot of attacking options. Merchant in his classic number 10 role. And Kugler, who just gets a little chunk on the ball here. The box-to-box midfielder, if you like. Celtic trying that right-hand side, a bit congested in there. Have it with their right-sided winger. Bop and Stefan on either flank. Bop to begin on the right, and Stefan off the left wing backs. That was Bop, whose previous touch came off him last. Back with Kamil Prusko. Serves it towards Goldman. Captain was beneath. Lorient has a little nibble forwards. Goalkeeper will have to come out to collect. Just give an aiding hand to his opponent there. Good goalkeeping from Kui, who made his decision to come out to collect. some possession now. Polonia just inching their lines up slowly. Not really a full-on press. Can find their center midfielder now, but dispossessed. Setting it and playing an early ball into the space. Back with Newton Neves, his first touch on the ball. The ever-present number 1 for Polonia. One of the top goalkeepers in our division. Year in and year out, steady at the back for Polonia. Have to just put their foot through it there, the Polonia defense. The clearance will come out to a nice ball in the end. Lorient finding an interesting position, will serve it towards Kugler. Pepper first. Can drive into space, finds Kugler. Last touch of Polonia. Now for Polonia, taken towards the byline. Rivera coming across to put his body between man and ball and shepherd it out into touch. Kui, who is between the sticks today for Manhattan Celtic, will play out with his captain Barrett, who's certainly a dangerous threat in the aerial game. We saw in game a couple weeks back against Laberia a thumping header from the captain to open the scoring there in their matchup against Laberia, in which they were victorious. Looking for similar result here today against Polonia. So to Polonia, looking for a result, like we mentioned in the pre-match, that will take them some spots up for sure overnight, and depending on other results today and tomorrow. We remind you that there's more games in this division tomorrow, Sunday night. They can rise a couple and or more spots into 5th and or 6th spot. Of course, the top 4 is a necessity for sides with the ambition of such, as we still have half a season plus 2 games, so lots of football left to be played in this Cosmopolitan First Division. We know how quickly and drastically things can change. One game at a time, of course, is the essence. Lorient will fall to Kugler, who will shepherd it out into touch and will fling it in quickly towards Merchant, who had Barrett on his back. Spencer Rivera just forcing his goalkeeper to stretch a bit, but from one centre back to the other. Spencer Rivera. Back to Captain Barrett. Pop. This pass intercepted by Merchant. Coming together there, no free kick given, no Wojcicki was up to press. Celtic can transition now. Ball into the space. Albert was chasing onto it. Back into the air.
She did, but I mean, honestly,
This has Albert, who's drifted out. The player reversed towards the right-footed player who will flick it on, flick to the second post, and at the last coming across was Lorient to make a very necessary intervention. Good little build-up play there from the right-hand side. Service after a little flick in the area caused a bit of discomfort to the Polonia backline, but Lorient was there to clean up. Barrett. Spencer Rivera again from left center back. Barrett has Torres by his side, will locate Piazza, who will fling vertically. And back with calm to Dutton Neves, who will distribute quickly and abruptly to his man, Lorient. Back with Merchant. Another one of those very flexible players, can play a multitude of positions, will play a ball into the channel. Out comes Kui to collect. Walla. First, Kugler, Nowaczewski. Of course, guys, today's Game in Frame broadcast is presented by Umbro, celebrating more than 100 years of football. Learn more at umbropremier.com. Celtic will have a throw-in towards Albert. Torres towards Albert. Lowala, Nowaczewski. Torres towards Albert, who can't make it stick. Nowaczewski will find Kugler. No nonsense clearance. Merchant on the half turn, can't really control. Find the second ball here. Lorient. Goldman. Back to Lorient. We'll think about an early service. Finds Pepper. Serves it towards the second post. Transition now for Manhattan Celtic. Albert in field. Has to check his run because he is offside. So it was the secondary pass that was played out to the left-hand side. Kalala just seemingly playing as the 6, allowing the freedom for this man in possession here to roam about. Little flick, can't find Lorient. Pressing his Merchant. No free kick. Now a free kick is whistled. Barrett will take it. for Manhattan Celtic. Back to the captain, has Torres to his right hand side, finds him. Centre back will play in field to Bob, dispossessed by Noah Jeski. Will run out of pitch. Torres will go backwards to Barrett. Kui electing for the build out again. Polonia not really pressing, just forcing the first pass and then in essence to trigger a press. Goldman being that first line of press. Again, similarly back to Barrett, furthermore back to Kui. Lovely distribution to the left hand side. Stefan, who will play back towards Spencer Rivera. A little dangerous. Now Polonia can trigger their press. Out into touch. Pepper from right full back will serve it early. Kui has to collect and does so. Will distribute quickly. Albert making a clever movement, wasn't spotted. Polonia played a offside trap. Second line runner was onside, but the pass eventually entered the area, so too Neves couldn't collect. Clever offside trap from Polonia. In unison, the most important thing in those situations, and that's exactly what they were. Back with Prusko. Diagonal towards Kugler with pinpoint accuracy. Kugler has a couple of runners in the area arriving late. Clearance. Noah Jeski in a 50-50 is beaten to it. And last off Kalala. Towards Bop. Piazza's first time flick. Prusko first time so too. Merchant will nod it down to Kugler. Kalala has Pepper advancing from right full back again. Low towards the feet of Goldman, who will find the seconds. Kugler sprays it out to the right hand side. Albert will just about keep it in play and win his side of throw-in, allowing his team to gain some meters up the pitch. A reverse towards Bop, who's through on goal. Bop's first time effort opens the scoring for Manhattan Celtic. Lovely weight of pass and a luxurious finish from Bop, who let the ball run across his body and coiled up his right foot with perfection, opening up the scoring for Manhattan Celtic. How can Polonia now riposte? Kalala, Lowala, Nojeski. The 1 and the 2 a little overhit, allowing the centre forward to try and press. Got a little touch on it. but Polonia remain in possession. Gloala. Kugler's demanding a diagonal, and he'll get it, but first contact won by Celtic. Gloala. Piazza goes over. Kalala. Merchant on the turn has runners. Step over. Prusko. Thick 50-50. The second ball will fall to Lorient. A free kick now. Lorient, of course, we've seen his very good deliveries. Can he serve something appetizing into the area? Prusko up from centre back. Lorient will serve to the second post. Kui with commanding goalkeeping. Just take a second before dropping the ball. Distributing to his captain. Infield, the press from Kalala. Clipped over the top. Gloala beats Flores in a sprint. Pinpoint distribution from Dutton Neves. Lorient is possessed. Flag is down. Albert entering the area, so to Convoy behind him as well. Little touch in the area, a shot, a dribbling shot in the end that took a little nick off a cleat perhaps and took the sting out of it. Kugler will ask Goldman to sprint it into the channel. They're a long way from his center of defense, but went out into that space to win the possession. Rivera. It's Panama who will get it back, sips it out neatly to the left-hand side. Albert, another clever movement. Albert and Torres, of course, when you do play this system, split strikers, they can allow the fluidity of one end or the other to make different runs into the space. Albert again arriving late into the area. It's overhit for him, allowing Gloala to clear. Kugler hugging that left-hand side again. Has to check his run now. Can drive into some space. Finds a pass that's overhit. Of course, guys, stay tuned for the Save of the Month candidates. Voting ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. at halftime. If you want to have a quick glance at those spectacular saves from our goalkeepers here on Game and Frame. Once again, voting ends at 11:59 p.m. for the Save of the Month. The throw in for Polonia. Barrett inching his way up from center back will not locate his pass. As a substitution, I believe, for Manhattan Celtic at center forward. I believe Flores has come off, so Albert will have a new center forward partner. You see it's difficult to tell as the very nice, has to be said, Manhattan Celtic kit has a gold lettering, so just when I confirm the substitute's number, Norjeski. Diagonal towards Kugler. That's been on a couple of times. Merchant. Little pirouette, some neat feet from goal scorer. Just dispossessed here. Kalala. Lorient on the top of the box. Some space for some service. Deflected. Can he just keep it in play? Yes, he can. And a little double deflection. Lorient to deliver with outswing, a loaded area, some tall bodies in there, Prusko and Klugler included. It's flung in towards Prusko. First touch was from Merchant, I believe, who has a splendid leap to him. And not too discomforting for Kui. Rivera. Albert's movement again. Bop on the right hand side. Albert was on the wrong side. Gus didn't find him. Lorient now in transition, a sprint forward from the right hand side, going to ground, getting a piece of the man and possibly the ball. Rivera to his captain Barrett. Torres to the goal scorer, Bop. Getting a control there in the end. And that came from Camiades. Diagonal towards Bop, and assured goalkeeping from Dunton Neves to come out to his outskirts of his area, and upon the bounce collect Kalala. Pepper tries a reverse. Piazza. Camiades waiting for Bop's movement. Glowala going to ground and gets a goal kick in his favor. It's a hand slap from Noah Jusky as well. I believe someone is just feeling the last challenge that we saw a minute or so ago. Maybe substitution is needed for Polonia. Burlington. I believe that has to come off. As Lou has entered, will lead the line, therefore meaning a bit of a tactical tweak in the front three. Kugler will pick up a more central position. Here he is, meaning that Goldman will go out towards the left-hand side. Here's Goldman. Wojcicki. Goldman will keep this possessed. Glowala has to make a decision, made the good one in the end, and won that 50-50. Rivera marauding forward. Spencer Rivera will go to ground, get a little touch on it. Camillades can reverse towards Bop. First time ball is the good idea, but too central and allowing Neves to collect. Of course, guys, stay tuned for more Game in Frame action tomorrow. What's lining up to be a Super Sunday at 2:30 p.m. We have Ukini taking on Block FC, Cosmopolitan First Division. New York International will take on the New York Greek Americans, who sit at the top of the table of the APSL, as well as Zoom Schneider in their very important cup match against New York Renegades at 7 p.m. at Roosevelt Island. We also have Doxa taking on Hoboken at Laurel Hill Park, 4 p.m. kickoff, another APSL Metropolitan Conference matchup in a Super Sunday that we have on the cards here at Game in Frame. Quick reminder of that US Open Cup qualifying match. The winner of that, Zoom Schneider against the New York Renegades, will go into the first round proper of the US Open Cup. As we've seen last year, the New York Pan-Cyprians and so too the New York Renegades featured, taking on Cincinnati 2 and Columbus Crew 2. Pan-Cyprians victorious on penalties. Fun fact of the day in that first round of the US Open Cup. So very important match tomorrow, live here on Game in Frame. Our eyes are fixated here to this very important match for these two sides, in which Manhattan Celtic have found a goal through their right wing back Bop with a clinically taken finish after some delightful service towards him. There he is pressing the ball, and Lou can't control it. Barrett. Service towards Albert, whose control is neat. Little tug on the jersey, and a yellow card brandished. Another dead ball for Polonia. Is at least the route for them to find their equalizer. Once again, Lorient standing over the dead ball. Prusko, Kugler, Goldman, and Merchant in the area. Served in towards the queue, towards Prusko. Jeski flicks, another flick. Goldman has to go out to press the seconds. So we have a little stoppage of play. with his linesman. Not exactly sure who is down on the ground. As we have this little impromptu timeout, Polonia will just have a quick huddle and a quick word. About 10 minutes left in this first half. Manhattan Celtic, we remind you, lead through a well-taken goal from Bop. Kugler wins it with bite. Couple of 50-50s. Santi, who was the one that came on from the bench for Manhattan Celtic. Albert just vacating his position, actually not more so vacating, but picking up some different positions. Santi is really the last line. Served in towards Albert, who found some space on the back shoulder. Santi will slalom. Lovely footwork from the substitute as cross is deflected. The second ball will fall. Will be in the end comfortable for Dutton Neves. Will thump it towards the halfway line. Lorient finds it towards Lou. And Celtic again with possession through their center midfielder. Santi, his first touches, ran up his shin pad a bit, fighting with the Glowala for the possession. Torres will assess the count. Piazza, ball roll, will tease it in towards Santi. Coming across is Brusco to get a touch. The substitution will possibly be on the next dead ball for Manhattan Celtic. As they have a throw-in. The new trend in football now is the long throw-in. Not sure if anyone can argue with what's going on in the Premier League of that new staple. Here is Lou, who has to go and press the goalkeeper. We'll find Barrett. Torres from right centre back will hack it off Goldman. Here is the substitution for Manhattan Celtic. The goal scorer will be replaced, so Bop off and some fresh legs on this right hand side. Towards the substitute who has come on, that being Brown. Goldman, a little flick. Merchant can spin, finds Camille Prusco. Kugler. Lorient, back to Prusco. Pepper. Really the positioning of the left-sided winger is an interesting one for Polonia, as remind you that Celtic are playing a 3-5-2, so there is that space for that diagonal, but so far Celtic have done very well when that diagonal service has come in either to the left and towards the right hand side to get numbers behind the ball and filter out that channel. Here's Albert trying the left channel. Flicked on by Merchant. Lorient. There's Soluga. And back towards the goalkeeper. Soluga, who scored a very important goal last year in the final games of Polonia's season, as they were crowned champions of the regular season, we remind you. Prusko, with no nonsense, will fling it up towards Lou. Merchant will find the seconds, waiting for Goldman. The 1 and the 2 with Goldman. Kugler sips it out to the right-hand side. The reverse towards the advancing Pepper. Flat service, first touch from a Celtic persuasion. Nowaczewski has the press. Santi and Glowala. Free kick. Prusko. Kugler advancing. Soluga back to Kugler, first time to Pepper. He's advancing a lot on that right hand side. The service, Barrett first to it. Kamiades controls, spins, finds Albert. Santi ahead of him. Brown is sprinting up from the right hand side. Albert jinks in field. Find Kamiades. The reverse to Albert. Stood up by Pepper. Piazza has to turn out of pressure and find his centre back Torres. Ushotu also goes infield. Torres is possessed by the other centre back, who's making his way forward now, Glowala. Lorient with the outside of the foot cleverly. Pepper has Soluga ahead of him, finds Soluga. First touch to get the ball out of his feet, going to ground early is Rivera. Will win the ball back for his side and find his teammate. Brown. Lou. Goldman. Steal it off the toes of his opponent. Goldman on the top of the box. Lays it to Merchant. The numbers good and necessary back for Celtic. Forcing the ball now wide towards Soluga. Trying to a couple of swivels to find some space for service. Kugler. Nowaczewski tees it into the area. First time clearance. Brown will not get there in the end. About 2 minutes left in this first half. Can Polonia find the goal right before the half to equalize? Asking a question here. The importance of the goal right before halftime is absolute necessity for momentum purposes as well, and psychology boost. Both sides now minutes away from halftime. Soluga, Kugler. For Celtic, Albert, double ricochet. They'll get a throw in. About 25 or 30 feet out of the last one. Back with Neves. Celtic just imploring that there's 1 minute left just to see out the half in a correct manner. That's well done from Barrett, who will try to find Santi, who's onside. Santi with the Kugler, and that last touch of Santi in the end. Some seconds remain in this first half. Not sure if we will have any stoppages. There was just one mini stoppage as a player for Manhattan Celtic was down. The referee has just signaled that there will be in fact 1 minute of added time. Kugler to Loala. So Luga, Lorient. Numbers arriving late into the area. Merchant, does he have a half a yard to shoot? Yes, he does. Thumps it off Barrett. The deflection, the awkward clearance in the end is going to be offside, and then the clearance was a bit awkward and popped up into the air, but a risen flag will quell that attack out as well. So that might be it for this first half. First half in which Manhattan Celtic have found the lead through Bop with a well-taken strike after some lovely service towards him, and his first time finish beating Neves. Prusko will thump one last service towards Lou. Back towards the Polonia defense, and that is the halftime whistle here at Randall's Island Field. 75, Manhattan Celtic in the lead after a well-taken effort from Bob at halftime here. Halftime score, Manhattan Celtic 1, Polonia 0. Stay tuned for the second half.
If you're not interested, Silva, that's a useful ball. Gomes brings it down. Gomes! Fantastic save by Jamalau. A tremendous stop by Jamalau.
Dembele's going to let go from distance, and it forced a brilliant save out of Eric Edwards. Just a touch out of his feet, and from seemingly nothing could have produced a wonder goal if not for the intervention from the Jamaican goalkeeper there.
He brings it into his possession. Houlihan chops it onto his right foot. Shot! Excellent stop by Hoffman. A snap shot by Houlihan is equally met by Gunnar Hoffman, who had to get low.
Work Empire.
And it's saved! What a save! Hurtado, the savior of East Coast today.
Now Woods likes to put in a good cross, and he does. There's another header wide open, and a beautiful save from the keeper. What a dive to prevent the 5th goal.
Field Fosners, who started the game at field. Campbell with a spectre shot. It was really well caught, and Juan Cruz again caught into action, tipped it over the crossbar.
That one's onside. With the 1v1 with the keeper. Oh, between his legs, and it's a save. Romano comes up with the goods.
Another high corner kick. Past the net.
But another shot on net. Another great save by Andrak, able to keep it out on the second effort. He made a diving save, and while the ball was still in the air, he took his offhand and pushed it out.
Club blocks. Komenko on the box, on the ball now. Left-footed shot. Keeper did well to get a hand to it. Excellent shot from the number 35, but Owen Goronsky tipped it over the bar.
Feel free, guys, to vote for the Save of the Month. Voting ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. Cast your votes, and let's give the flowers to our exemplary goalkeepers here on Game and Frame.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, guys. Second half kickoff imminent here at Randall's Island Field 75. A first half in which we saw an opening goal from Manhattan Celtic through a well-taken goal and effort from Bob. Polonia now have had rather some words of instruction at halftime, and we'll hope to turn around things in their favor in the second. Very important 3 points for both sides, like we mentioned in the pre-match. At the moment, Celtic leading. Let's see what this second half has in store for us. As we're underway in this second half, Celtic's first possession. Spencer Rivera. Go back to Barrett. Polonia seemingly pressing a bit higher now. Madej, who's on the left-hand side to begin this second half. Pepper. Infield to Loala. Has Nowajeski on the far left. A reverse flag is down. An opportunity for Polonia. Saluga can't make a sufficient contact and skews his effort wide. In the end, they came off a Celtic foot last, so Polonia will have a corner kick. Taken by Lorient with in swing wickedly. Kui is applying knuckles to it. Back with Barrett. Back with goalkeeper Kui, who will lift towards the center back, so deflection will be kept in play by Albert underneath the foot of Rivera. Goalkeeper has to come out and assess the situation with his feet, indeed so. Kugler. Back with Prusko. Loala to Kugler. Pepper. Lou. Good combination. Lou to Pepper. Cleared out by Albert. But the good intense start from Polonia in this second half. Their team talking from what it looks like a slight tactical tweak in terms of the higher, more energetic pressing has allowed them to ask a couple of questions. They had a good chance through Saluga minutes prior. Appeals of a handball given by the referee. This is probably in range for a direct pop at goal from Lorient. Certainly does have it in his arsenal. Or will he elect to dink the ball into the area? Lorient steps up, low driven. It came across a couple of bodies and Cui had to plunge down to his right hand side. Good firm contact in it, with deception in the end as it came through a cluster of bodies. And Cui was there to repel. A long throw in from Lorient. Barrett. Pepper has to athletically control and finds his teammate Lou. Saluga towards Lou, coming across is Rivera. Who did that come off last? Rivera is the answer. It's possibly another long throw in incoming from Lorient. Flung in vertically by Lorient to the first post, gets a touch on the top of the box, a thumping effort, deflected. And it'll go out into touch for a goal kick for Cui. Of course, guys, feel free to cast your vote for the save of the month. Voting ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. If you want to have a glance at those very impressive saves by our goalkeepers here at Game and Frame, voting ends tonight at 11:59 p.m. for the save of the month. Here is goalkeeper Cui, who will put his foot through it. Finds his center forward, who's muscling, but is muscled off it in the end. Lorient towards a couple runners. A flat pass towards Saluga. And forwards, Albert. Just look at the positioning of Albert here. Is playing almost like a split striker. Very versatile and athletic, so possibly wants to isolate one of his defenders. On that far hand side, again a little bit of a cluster of bodies. Lou comes away. Lorient trying the left hand side. Runner into the area, cleared away. Maybe another long throw in from Lorient. It is a form of a dead ball in essence. He'll fling it again into the area. First contact. Cui has to come out to collect over the shoulder of Saluga. Albert wants to line on Kugler. And Polonia ball is given. Camiades just about keeps it in play, finds Albert. Albert will flick it, and Prusco has to clear lines before it can reach Flores, who's back leading the line. Rivera will touch and serve towards the outskirts of the area. Piazza got a touch, found his captain, Camillades, Albert on the top of the box. Merchant, Pepper, Lou goes over after a bit of contact. Free kick, Polonia. Prusko will play short with his centre-back partner, Glowala. They will exchange. Prusko's diagonal. Pinpoint once again towards Madej, who floats it into the area. Lou gets a little glance. It falls to Soluga, who lashes. Substitution, I believe, for Manhattan Celtic. Some fresh legs. I believe Brown has come off on that forehand side, and Bob, the scorer of the lone goal, has come back on. Pepper wins the first ball, so Luga will cushion. Lou and Barrett stretching. It falls to a red shirt in the area, dangerously off the woodwork and in. The equalizer from Polonia. Clinical finishing after that second ball was picked up into the area, and a ensuing shot that ricocheted off the woodwork, and equalizer for Polonia. Exactly what was needed for them after their sprite beginning in this second half. The Corey Smith team talk possibly was, as we say, all the money as they started the second half very promisingly and had their reward. After testing the Queen net a couple times through Soluga, they have finally found their all-important equalizer as we continue with Celtic in possession here, who also have been dangerous in the counter-attack and have had some half chances of their own. Clever flick. Albert was pressing. Lou going to ground Barrett. So Luga, Rivera has to be careful there of the press. Pepper is at center forward from right full back. The intensity of the press certainly has differentiated in the second half. As in the first half, they were pressing but with a bit of a trigger. Now the press much more urgent. Rivera. Camillades on the half turn. It's Piazza beside him. Into the space, Dutton Neves with a loud commanding shout and will clear out into touch. Merchant. Advantage possibly given from the referee, Pepper. Kugler in the middle of midfield. Will float towards Madej, who will control with his chest into the area. Score is deadlocked at 1. Free kick. Rivera has Stefan to his left-hand side. Another free kick. Stefan will play quickly. Rivera forwards. Another pinpoint diagonal. We've seen a couple of those. The latest one from Panama. Albert into the area. Will shift it onto his left foot, go backwards. Barrett muscularly across. Camillades. Albert, a quickly risen flag. Nonetheless, Newton Neves was out to beat the centre forward to the ball in behind. Prusco lifts. Merchant beaten to it in the air. Camillades was asking for a free kick. Merchant will win a throw-in. Another long throw-in from Lorient. He'll coil one up into the area. Merchant stumbled behind. A shot, and not a bad idea in the end, as was presented nicely to try a shot with a little dipping volley. Kui just assess the situation before. She'll just swap the ball that was in the back of the net, and we'll play with build out with a touch of risk to get it away as Lou picks the pocket of Barrett. It'll fall to Merchant, who makes it 2-1 with a great press and work rate. Merchant made absolutely no mistake with his finish and smashes it in for Polonia's second. They turn the game on its head and now lead 2-1. Great press once again high up the pitch from Polonia, reaping rewards there for them, as kickoff will go in about a second's time as the referees whistle. Now, today's Game and Frame broadcast is presented by Umbro, celebrating more than 100 years of football. Learn more at umbropremier.com. Polonia have found the lead. Through Merchant. How can now Manhattan Celtic riposte? Polonia have riposted very well in the second half upon trailing at halftime 1-0. scored 2 unanswered goals, looking for their third, but the whistle will quell that attack. Behind Celtic, who have dangerous attacking players, it has to be said, in their ranks, can now search for an equalizer. Barrett. So far we haven't seen Goldman in this second half, as Lou was a very important figure in the second goal, as his press was all important. And then the ball fell to Merchant, who made no mistake with this finish. Let's see this action as Kugler will lay it off to the top of the box. Lou will have a little check over his shoulder. Finds his full-back. Lorient will serve it into the area. Barrett underneath it. Celtic have a couple of runners ahead. Rivera sprinting up and marauding his way up from centre back will go in a 50-50. The two ex-Francis Lewis Patriots there in a duel. Piazza. Panama just dropping in now. And here he is in possession towards Camiades. Little technical turn. Clips it over the top to Albert. And again, swift goalkeeping from Dutton Neves. Prusko. Kugler. Well left by Soluga as he saw Pepper advancing from right full back. Kugler, the 1 and the 2 with Soluga, tries to find his teammate again. Panama. Camiades, really playing on the half turn a lot, a very technical midfielder in that number 10 role. No free kick given by the referee. Camiades continuing his slalom, going over. Kugler can locate Lou. If he does so, and Lou maybe has to check back, and will do exactly that, as they were outnumbered in the attack there. They can relocate and filter the ball to their right full back, Pepper. Lorient, who's now popping up on the right wing, will serve it towards his intended target, that being Soluga. First touch, Celtic. Kugler. Grass cutter towards the score of the second goal, Merchant. Second post, the heads went up. Lou is right beside him as he was prone on the ground, couldn't latch onto it. Barrett was there, wins the second service towards his defensive area. Camiades, clever feet. Wants to pass towards his centre forward, Flores. And back with goalkeeper Dutton Neves. Prusko. Merchant dropping between the lines to assist the build out as the centre backs have split, allowing the full backs to make their way in advance. Here is the left-sided full back inverting. Soluga, lovely combination, and the final pass just a bit too thick. Once again, great pressure from Polonia. And Merchant finds Kugler swiveling into the area. Bop beaten to it by Nowodzeski. And we'll have a throw in now for Manhattan Celtic. As I see a substitute has re-entered for Polonia, that being Goldman at centre forward. I believe Lou has gone off, who certainly has played his role in this second half. Goldman now will lead the line. Goldman, who began the game, we remind you, at the centre forward. Played alongside Lou in the first half, but now will play once again through the 9. Merchant. First time towards Goldman. Lorient. Second ball. Lorient snapshot. Of course, guys, stay tuned for more game and frame action tomorrow. Let's just see this action first, as Kamiades has to find his fullback, and will exchange out of play for a throw. And more game and frame action tomorrow. FC Ulkini will take on Block FC at 2:30 p.m. New York International will take on league leaders Greek American in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. At 4 p.m. Doxa will travel to Laurel Hill Park and take on Hoboken, another APSL Metropolitan Conference matchup. And the game of the day, perhaps tomorrow, the fourth round qualifying match in the US Open Cup between Zoom Schneider and New York Renegades. The winner of that will play in the first round of the US Open proper. Let's just see now. Goldman on the top of the box will unselfishly lay it off to his teammate. A risen flag, however, a quickly risen flag. Nonetheless, the rebound came off the post, but a quickly risen flag from the linesman here on this near hand side. Kui will float. Serve towards Flores. Kowala was first to it. Prusko will take out the sting of things and will play a pass backwards. Goldman has a couple of runners in the area. He will lift his head. Will do the next best thing and press to win his side a corner kick. Gets a congratulatory hand slap from Lorient, who's trotting over to take the ensuing corner kick. Polonia have turned around this game in the second half with 2 unanswered goals, in search for their third for a bit of comfort now. Have a loaded area. Lorient will serve it wickedly into said area. Barrett once again winning the first ball. Bop will run out of pitch. the backside. And another throw-in. Kugler just thinking about his movement. Another long throw-in. No free kick. A couple coming together on the top of the box. Prusko with decisiveness. Schaefer will reverse and win aside a throw-in. Piazza. Camiades. The yelp of pain there as a substitution. Soluga, I believe, will be replaced for some fresh legs on this near hand side. I believe that is Juarez who has entered. Indeed so. Juarez on, Soluga off. Prusko. Rivera and Prusko in another 50-50. Rivera to Piazza in the middle of midfield. Finds his center forward who stumbles. Juarez, first touch. Back to Juarez, who has certainly fresh legs upon entering now from the bench. Give a little bit of more energy as in this second half, Polonia certainly have been full of energy. Camiades. Rivera has some space here, is located. Albert has to check towards the ball. And deflection off Pepper will give a corner kick to Manhattan Celtic. We're in the 78th minute here at Randall's Island. Polonia turning around proceedings in the second half, finding an equalizer in the first 5 or so minutes in the second half, and through a Merchants thumping effort will be on the quest for the 3 points, but they have some defending to do here from this Camiades corner towards Albert. The heads went up into the area. The shot is skewed out. Noobs had to go over to retrieve the ball. Prusko. Santi, who was back on, understandably now have to throw some more attacking players on the pitch as Celtic are in search of an equalizer, almost there with that difficult little ricochet. Spin of the ball aided Polonia in the end. Merchant. The score of the second goal so far. Is there a fourth goal in this match? Polonia just keeping the ball now. Loala, who's had a very good game at the centre back. We usually see him on the left hand or the right hand side, either at the full back or at in the wing. Had to deputize today at the centre back beside Prusko, and has had a very good game indeed. Celtic in search of the equalizer now. Have a free kick in which they will play short towards the vicinity of Albert. And Polonia will have a throw in just above the halfway line. Towards Lorient. Barrett. Juarez. Merchant. Chips it to the penalty spot. Madej was sprinting towards the service. Rivera has Schaefer beside him, wants to reverse to Barrett. Back to Rivera. The wing backs can now elevate. Santi. Santi slaloming. His pass is intercepted, however. Pepper has Juarez ahead. He will serve towards Juarez. Rivera lengthening his stride to get between man and ball, and will keep it in play and locate his wing back Schaefer. Barrett. You know, they just have to maybe go a little bit more direct. You can understand that you want to keep the possession and build from back to front. I believe some cramp there for one of the Manhattan Celtic midfielders. It's another substitution as well for Manhattan Celtic. A attack-minded substitution. Started with a drop ball. Awkwardly back to Prusko, who has to put his foot through it. Santi will be forced backwards, can reverse it in. Rivera will let his goalkeeper collect. Spencer Rivera. Campinades. Santi will go and press now the loose possession. Prusko once again clearing lines. Polonia's lines are very correctly placed now and compact. Can understand now the urgency for Celtic to try and break those lines and maybe at times go a little bit more direct, but they elect for the side-to-side build-out in this instance. Panama, Rivera, who can venture forward. Camillades. Santi. Little swivel, Santi's effort. And Newton Neves will just control it with his foot and just chew some clock. As we're slowly approaching in the 90. Santi. Albert. Camillades. Camillades will try his left foot. Had a runner to his left. Neves will thump it towards the halfway line. About 5 or so minutes left. Let's see how much stoppage time we will have. Celtic in search of the equalizer. Albert using his body well. Camillades will tease it into the area. Clearance, a vital clearance in the end, into the night sky. Schaefer will flick it backwards. Camillades in the 1v1. Camillades will flick it into the area. Prusco will clear towards Goldman. Rivera, last touch off Goldman, will urgently throw it to his centre-back partner. Barrett, I believe, has remained up. And a free kick and a yellow card for Goldman. Goldman has come off as well. Kui will serve it into the area. I believe Resnick has come on for Goldman. Resnick, a centre back. Here he is at centre forward, and Kui had to come a long way off his goal. Maybe Resnick is asked for a very specific role here in the last 5 minutes. Rivera, I believe, has come off. Camillades. Merchant. Hacked. Appeals of a corner, and the linesman will signal goal kick. Entering into the last seconds of the allotted 90, another substitution for Manhattan Celtic. Really just have to throw everything into the offensive third. Rivera has come off, I presume, for an attack-minded player. No reason not to risk in this situation in search of one final chance to equalize. They do have to defend this action first, however, as Juarez finds some space into the channel. Juarez will tease it to the second post. Resnick was underneath it. Kui will distribute. Schaefer. Camillades. A little nibble will find Santi. Popped into the air. The bounce will be a little deceptive. Another clearance. Kugler. Barrett. A little bit of head tennis. And eventually Resnick will be isolated now. But he'll do the next best thing, which is win his side of throw-in. And also giving an opportunity to his teammates to gain some meters on the pitch. And also chew a bit of time on this clock. Throw in for Manhattan Celtic. Is there one final chance in this match for an equalizer for Manhattan Celtic, or will Polonia come away with 3 very, very vital points for them? They trailed 1-0 in the first half and have scored 2 unanswered goals in this second. Schaefer will go on the underlap. Resnick. Corner is the cry from the Polonia persuasion. Pepper will have a throw and go against him. Thumped forwards. Kugler will swivel. And that is the final whistle. A Polonia turnaround in the second half. Trailed 1-0 in the first half. Manhattan Celtic opened the scoring through a well-taken effort from Bop. Their team talk was all the money as they came out in the second half with hunger and ambition, and found an early goal to equalize, and through Merchant found their second to take the lead. After a 1-goal first half, Polonia with 2 unanswered goals in the second half. Final score here on a chilly night at Randall's Island: Polonia 2, Manhattan Celtic 1. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned for an interview.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish: flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here joined by two key contributors to Polonia's turnaround in their game against Manhattan Celtic. Victory for Polonia 2-1 after trailing 1-0 in the first half. I'm joined here by Merchant and Madej. Let's begin with you, Madej. You guys were trailing 1-0 at halftime. I saw a tweak in the intensity and the pressure in the second half, leading to your goal, of course, a well-taken finish off the post. What was said at halftime kind of to change the game? Yes, you guys had chances in the first half, but it seemed that the pressure was ever so relentless in the second.
Listen, we all believe in ourselves. We work hard every single practice. It's 18 people squad who try to be in the first team. And you know, like whenever you're gonna have a chance to be on the pitch, you're giving 100%, and that's today pays off. You know, all three subs make a difference, and all 18 players, you know, get a score today.
And your goal was well taken. It was almost like a snapshot. The ball was ricocheting to you, and you just made a quick decision to shoot it off the post and in. When you saw that ball traveling, did you see it hitting the post, or did you have the belief that it was going to go in? Because from our perspective, it was all the way in. But when the game is so quick, when you make a quick decision to shoot like that, what are your thoughts?
And I always say to all the guys, breathe, man. Just breathe. Just breathe. Stay calm. You know, stay composed. You know, and things gonna come your way. You know, so I try to stay calm as I can get. You know, make a move, cut it, put it in. As simple as it is. Soccer, simple sport.
Very well said. And let's go for the second goal as well. Manhattan Celtic were trying to play out of the back at times, trying to break some lines. They had some success as well, but the second goal came from, again, relentless pressure, and you made absolutely no mistake lashing your finish in that. I think Lou won the first ball.
So.
There was a little pass to you, and you just made a snapshot as well. Again, no mistake with your finish. What was that like? And when you do win the first ball high into that final third, do you also think I have to get into position to score also to continue the press? As you're a midfielder, but you have attack mind, a profile as well.
Yeah, I always like getting in an attacking position, and I think in the first half we were kind of letting them play a little bit of their game and not really finding our rhythm. And at halftime we just went in and we knew we weren't playing to the best of our ability. So second half we're like, let's put them under a lot of pressure, get high, and just those 2 goals really came from high pressure and just as a unit working together. I think it was a little disjointed in the first half, but we found our rhythm, and as a result, it was 2 goals. So I think, especially balls are kind of bouncing around in the box. I'm always trying to look and see when something's gonna pop out, and luckily one just kind of filtered all the way to the back post, and I just knew I had to put my laces through it.
Very well said. And of course, after you guys found the second goal, you guys were very adept defensively, not really allowing Manhattan Celtic too much. They were huffing and puffing. They tried to throw some more men at in the forward lines. You guys also were trying to keep possession at times and also in search for the third goal. What is that like after turning around the game? What are the next 15 or so minutes? As it is a very big point, a very big 3 points, as there's a couple games before the winter break.
Yeah, it's a huge 3 points. I think, we really... we found ourselves a couple of games that have been close in the second half of the season. We felt like we've kind of been inviting pressure, and we really want to. We have the technical ability to pass around the back and kind of put the game to bed. We really wanted to get that third goal and just put the game on ice, but I think our backline did a fantastic job today, winning those balls in the air and just being relentless. And I think we found our feet a little bit more technically as well. I think we would have liked to get that third goal, but I think last game of the season we're picking up 9 out of 9 points. And we'll have some momentum going into the spring, so all's good over here.
And of course, regular season champions last year too. You guys have 2 games left in this first half of the season. This win will take you, I believe, into 5th or 6th place, depending on how results go tomorrow, as there's more games to be played tomorrow, and I believe La Beria is playing beside us here to our right-hand side. 2 games left, some more points on the cards for Polonia. What are your goals for this mini portion of the season, and of course when we reconvene in the springtime?
And we are champions, and the second season is always the hardest after being a champion, so we got a little hiccups at the beginning, but season not over yet. We're not gonna say no to, and we're gonna keep pushing. Then we got one more game. We hope you're gonna get it, and then we got the second half of the season, and we're gonna show you that we can get it at the top.
Very well said. 3 big points here today, 3 more possible points next week. Final word?
Vamos Polonia.
Vamos Polonia.
Congratulations, guys. Well played.
Thank you so much.
Well played.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Final score here at Randall's Island Field, 75. Your 2 goal scorers. The Polonia comeback after trailing 1-0 in the first half. They found 2 unanswered goals in the second half. Come away victorious with a big 3 points for them. Final score here, Polonia 2, Manhattan Celtic 1. Thank you guys for tuning in.